Handful of haters, know when I stop them, survivor of close calls. Though I'm feeling like death's knocking, insides numb. Thank God for music, my head's rocking. Wasn't for that, I'd be lost now. Racing against the clock and I can see it in your smile. You don't mean it, living foul is your secret. Want me down on the cement, talent found, I'ma keep it. My brother's keeper, keeping my head above the water. Life's a bitch begging, but I got nothing for slaughter. Bitches out of order for my...
Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a sample shopping episode sponsored by the good folks over at decantshop.com, the best place for you to get decants, samples, all different kinds of fragrances, niche fragrances, discontinued fragrances, designer fragrances, original formulations of fragrances. They're now carrying actually samples of Gallagher fragrances, which is a really nice indie line. I did a Scent Safari video on, so definitely check them out. To me, it's still the best place online to get samples and decants of all different types of fragrances. If you take everything into consideration, price, customer service, speed, everything, best place. Of course, you always get what you pay for with decantshop.com. They're actually pre-measuring the fragrances you get before they actually send them out to you. And so I wanted very specific fragrances this time from Decant Shop when we talked. So I asked for like 10, and we're gonna do 2 weeks of videos. The next 2 weeks, 5 this week, 5 next week, and then after the new year, when the new site is launched, we'll regroup and get new videos out to you guys. We're gonna have two episodes, 5 fragrances each week, just jam-packed. I think you're really going to enjoy these. I picked all 10 fragrances from the site to talk to you guys about for the next 2 weeks. So let's get right into them. Remember, you can use my coupon code MAX12 whenever you want to save 12% off your entire order from Decant Shop. But again, check the top of the screen, because usually there's going to be a code that's even going to save you more money. We want to save you guys as much money as possible when you purchase from Decant Shop. So the first fragrance we're going to look at today is from the house of Thierry Mugler, and this one is actually called Taste of Fragrance. We've looked at the last 3 from Thierry Mugler on sample shopping: Pure Wood, Ultra Zest, and Pure Tonka. None really had me wowing. I liked Ultra Zest and would like to own it. I own B-Men, Pure Havana, Pure Coffee, Pure Malt, Pure Leather, and Pure Shot. This is really the last one that I have interest in, just to be perfectly honest with you guys. I have Intoxicated by Killian, which for me is a superior version of the original Angel Men. And I have to go back to some Essence, but I don't remember loving Sun Essence. This one was released in 2011. And note-wise, we get bergamot, lavender, coriander, mint at the top, patchouli, red pepper, and cedar in the middle, and coffee, styrax, tonka bean, vanilla, and musk in the base. This one is sometimes referred to as pure chili, and you can find this one online, but really not discounted, so expect to pay about $80 to $90 for a bottle of this one. I think this one's really good. To me, it's like a mellowed out version of Angel Men. It's really sweet. It's really just a mellow. I don't know that I get a chili note in it per se, but it's good. I like this better than Angel Men. Do I feel like I need a bottle of this with everything else I have, all the other scents in the collection, and Intoxicated? Probably not. I think this is probably going to be a pass for me. We'll see. Ultimately, I have to give it a couple more tries just to be dismissive of it, because a lot of people like this one, but I don't know that I really get a red chili note, and I don't know for me that it's that different from anything else that I've smelled from Thierry Mugler. So right now for me, although I think this one smells great, I don't know that it's something that I need to add to my collection. The next one we're going to take a look at is from the house of Joe Malone, and it's called Pomegranate Noir, and I'm super excited to check this one out. We checked out 2 others from this house on this series. We checked out White Jasmine and Mint, and we checked out lime, basil, and mandarin, and neither moved me. And I just haven't found a scent from this house that did it for me. Now they do have one coming out in January centered around myrrh, which I'm very excited about. It's called Myrrh and Tonka. And this one came out in 2005 from a perfumer named Beverly Bain. And it really helped put this house on the map. And the note-wise on this one, we're going to get raspberry, pomegranate, plum, rhubarb, and watermelon at the top. Lily of the Valley, jasmine, rose, pink pepper, clove, labdanum, popanax, and gaiac wood at the middle. And cedar, patchouli, musk, and amber in the base. Now 30 ml bottles of this go for as little as $65, and 100 ml bottles of this go for around $125. So a little bit more expensive, but certainly good value for a niche fragrance. And guys, this to me is beautiful. This is a really bright red fruit fragrance mixed with, to me, like woody incense. I would wear this, I would buy this. I think this is really nice. I think it's unisex. I don't think it fits the Joe Malone sort of preconceived or preconception of like girly, fleeting fragrances. This one lasts on the skin. It's sweet, it's resinous. The pomegranate note really shines. I think the mix of all the red fruits in here did that. This is gorgeous. This is an absolute gem. I'm shocked we don't talk about this more in our fragrance community, and I am 100% on board with this one. This is going on my to-buy list. I recommend you guys check out Pomegranate Noir heavily. I like this one. The next one is from the house of Guerlain. This one is called the Mitsouko classic Guerlain fragrance. This is the eau de toilette version that was created by Jacques Guerlain in 1911, and the notes on this one include citruses, jasmines, bergamot, rose, lilac, jasmine, peach, and ylang-ylang, spices, amber, oak moss, vetiver, and cinnamon. Now from Guerlain, I own Heritage, Habit Rouge, L'Instant de Guerlain, not the extreme version, Tonka Imperial, L'Homme Ideal, and Cologne Imperial. There are many more that I want. Next will probably be Habit Rouge Dress Code, or the Parfum version of Ideal. We've looked at many fragrances from Guerlain on this series. I also need to grab something from the Aqua Allegoria line at some point. You can grab a bottle of this one for as little as $30 to $35 online. To me, it's not a bad fragrance. It has a little bit of a Play-Doh-y smell. I get like cinnamon and spices and some citrus and florals. I would get this just to sort of be in line as a collector with Guerlain's classic lineup. I would want an older version. I also plan on getting Shalimar at some point. You know, some of the more classic Guerlain fragrances. And I think this one's really nice. Is it special? No. I think, you know, I would really like to get an older bottle of this. It's more feminine than anything else, and it does sort of have a Play-Doh-y amber vibe with spices in it. It's not a bad fragrance, but there's many more Guerlains I personally like than this one. But it's certainly wearable. I think it has unmistakable quality. I think the notes are really good. I think the blending's really good. I think it's a classic perfume that just isn't something that I'm personally that much in love with. So that's sort of my quick take on Mitsouko. Next one is from the house of Heeley, guys. This one's called Coccobello. I own one from this house called Selmarin, which is to me still this house's gold standard. I think that Moss and Mint is better than Mont Fraîche by this house. I think Iris de Nuit is super overrated. I think Agarwood is super overrated. I think there are better incense scents out there than Cardinal. You know, I have to still check out Espiritu Tigre because I love medicinal fragrances, and people say that that one smells like Tiger Balm. I got a sample of their newest called Eau Sacrée and need to give that one a better look. This one dropped in 2013. with notes of palm leaf and gardenia at the top, coconut, sea salt, and vanilla in the middle, and Virginia cedar and benzoin in the base. So retail on this one is $180 for 100 ml, and you cannot get these discounted. There's very tight distribution on Heeley fragrances, and I'll be honest with you guys, I love this fragrance. This to me is one of the best takes on coconut I've ever smelled in my entire life. This is real coconut and real gardenia. And it's not one of those bullshit comptoir sous pacifique tropical fragrances. This is like legit coconut meat and gardenia. I think this can rival Virgin Island water for a coconut fragrance. It's very different. Virgin Island water relies on lime and a boozy note, and this relies on real coconut, a white floral in the gardenia, and some woods and salts. But this is absolutely crisp and gorgeous. Probably going to need a bottle of this. Right now, I do own Virgin Island water. You guys know it. I like it. I fuck with it. I've used almost more than half my bottle. It is a staple, summertime staple for me. This is probably better than Virgin Island water. I love this one. I think it's crisper, and I think the coconut's realer, and the mix of coconut and gardenia is just crazy. I love this fragrance. This is one of the best fragrances I've smelled in a long time. So that's my take on Coccobello. Guys, we're going to finish out this week with one from the house of Helmut Lang. This one is Helmut Lang Cologne. You guys, I'm sure some of you know about Helmut Lang. They're an Austrian designer that I've been familiar with a long time. Never really got into their clothing too much, but appreciate the aesthetic. They only have 3 fragrances in their collection, right? They have an eau de toilette, an eau de parfum, and a leather scent called Cure. All were initially released in the early 2000s, and all were re-released in 2014. I believe this is the original eau de toilette, the 2000 version that was done by Coco. And the note-wise on this one is rosemary and lavender at the top, jasmine, heliotrope, lily of the valley, and rose in the middle, and sandalwood, patchouli, musk, and cedar in the base. Obviously, this version is impossible to get right now. You can get it, but it's like stupidly expensive. A reform is available at 100 ml for $185 at sites like Lucky Scent, and I think Barney's has this as well. I really like this. This is a super clean and crisp eau de cologne. It's like a modern version of a eau de cologne, just really well done. The heliotrope pops for me. The lavender pops. I think if you're going to do a modern eau de cologne, notes need to pop, and I think notes pop here. They're just super good quality. The heliotrope is really like almondy and powdery. There's white florals. There's cedar in the base. It's musky. It's just really good. It could work really well any time of year with the right clothing. I think you have to dress appropriately with this one. It's a dressed up eau de cologne, but I think it's really just good quality. I think the notes shine here. When you have really good notes and they're abundance of them and they're simply blended, you get a really good fragrance. And I think this is a really good eau de cologne with heliotrope for me shining, and lavender shining, and some white florals and wood shining as well. So I would probably wear this, and this is also going on my to buy list. So guys, if I'm ranking these, and I really liked a good deal of these, yeah, Coccobello easily number 1. 2 is going to be Pomegranate Noir. 3 is going to be that Helmut Lang. 4 is going to be Mitsouko, and 5 would be Ultra or Taste of Fragrance. I think the only one that probably will never wind up in my collection is just Taste of Fragrance. Maybe it'll change, but I definitely want Coccobello. I definitely want the Helmut Lang. And I think I definitely want Pomegranate Noir, and I definitely want Mitsouko. So I'm buying 4 of these guys. I know it's been a longer episode, but since you're only getting 2, I didn't want to jip you guys. Next week, we're going to look at 5 more. We're going to look at 1 from the house of Comme des Garçons, 1 from the house of Le Labo, 1 from the house of CB I Hate Perfume, 1 from the house of Creed, and 1 from the house of Tom Ford. So definitely 2 great episodes for you guys. And then once the new year starts, be right back at it with more episodes of Sample Shopping. If there's something you see on Decant Shop and I've never talked about it before on Sample Shopping, please let me know and I'd be happy to get a sample and give you guys my opinion on it. Guys, please, again, you can always thank us for doing this, giving you guys these quick takes by going to Decant Shop, using that coupon code MAX12 and just purchasing a couple samples. The holiday time is the best time to do this. Great gift. There's a gift card for a friend, family members, co-workers, whatever, or just purchasing some samples of fragrances you think someone else should wear, whether it's a significant other, a friend, a family member. It's just cool to say, here, I know you might be into fragrances, you might not be into fragrances. Here's 5 fragrances I really like. You might get into them too if you smell these. So decantshop.com, coupon code MAX12. We'll have another video next week looking at 5 more fragrances, and of course a review this weekend. Guys, you already know what it is. My name is Maximilian.
Give me floor space, I'ma need a stupid flip. It's money, cars, bitches, and jewels to get. Let's do this shit. Look how my music hits. I got that loud on. Sour diesel in the cloud gone. Get your style torn. Heart crosses for body loss.